Hey guys, recording this directly after watching the Europa League Final, and it's official. Coldest quote in Football League history has officially dropped. And so, if you're a Tottenham fan watching this, congratulations. Andrew's words held true. You guys won such a major trophy in your second season, breaking probably the most infamous trophy drought in football right now. So really huge congratulations to you guys for that. You really deserved it in the game. And I mean, I think one of the reasons for that might be, if you look at the stakes of this game, a lot of people might have looked at this Tottenham team, made it to the final, and thought, oh, I just feel like this is going to be another one of those finals where Tottenham have come up and they've done all this work and they're just going to throw again, right? And on the other hand, people might look at Manchester United and think, well, yeah, I understand that they're in, 16th right now in the league. They've had an absolutely terrible season, but they're undefeated in the Europa League, and they have one of the biggest fan bases in the world to back them. And I mean, I think I saw a lot of predictions thinking that Manchester United would be able to push through to win for this reason. And I think just the alleviated pressure from Tottenham Hotspur really helped them go into this game. Now, comparing the two seasons, we saw Tottenham was absolutely riddled with injuries, partly due to the highly intensive play style that they have. But even so, to be able to have a moment where you're without nearly your entire starting 11 and to come into the Europa League final and now win it with arguably the odds stacked against you is incredibly impressive. And I mean, United, on the other hand, I'd like to come out and have some big headline like Amorim needs to go. He's been terrible for you guys. His point record is worse than the Derby coach when they were literally the worst team in Premier League history. But I genuinely do not believe that that would solve anything for the club. I think that even if you got Xabi Alonso from Real Madrid, you hijacked the transfer, he's coming to Manchester, I don't even think it changes anything. I think next season is still going to be the same. The players at the club just aren't really that good. And we know that they're having big financial struggles. We've seen it with Jim Ratcliffe. And we've heard from past players like Ronaldo and Sancho how terrible the atmosphere at the club is, how bad the mentality is from all the people working there. And so I really think that it's going to have to be another season or two of playing badly in the Premier League before maybe someone will step up, or some of the younger players like Chido Obi Martin or Amad Diallo will be able to just grow into really proficient players and carry United back to a European slot. Now, to analyze the game itself, it started off with an incredibly choppy play style from both teams. You could see how much they seemed to not want to concede and almost didn't even care to try and score early on. And I think a lot of people thought that that would dissipate after like maybe 15, 20 minutes. But it really stayed strong throughout the entirety of the game. Even Tottenham's goal in the 42nd minute, it was sort of a cross from not too much space, and just Brennan Johnson scuffs the ball. It hits off of Luke Shaw and barely goes into the United net. It was an incredibly scrappy goal. And I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't deserve to score throughout the game, but it was just one of those things where they didn't really do too much to create anything. They put the ball into the box. And I mean, look, if you want to score, you got to put the ball into the box. They did it. They scored. And they really, after that, were just content to sit back. And I mean, I think I thought that, well, maybe in the second half of the game is going to open up a little bit more. Maybe we're going to see something like we saw in the FA Cup final, where Man United is going to be Man City, and they're both going to play in and around the Tottenham box. And Tottenham Hotspur is going to have these moments where they can counterattack and create dangerous chances, and the game would really open up. But besides from maybe one or two from Dominic Solanke, and there was one with Udogie running up the pitch, Tottenham Hotspur didn't really push the ball forwards much. They really, it was really interesting actually. They just sat back and let United play. And I mean, especially if you look at that last like 10, 15 minutes, United had Maguire up at striker. Tottenham Hotspur didn't have to do anything. Manchester United seemed to be playing in and around and just waiting for an opportunity to come. And I mean, I think that's one of the really, really big problems at the club right now is that they don't have players. I think Amad Diallo has been it in the past, but during this game, they didn't have anyone who really wanted to go out and create a chance to challenge players, to dribble at people with ferocity and intensity. I mean, I think if I was a Man United fan, I would have looked at this and had taken Alejandro Garnacho to try and dribble at whoever was playing right back, whether it was Porro or Spence at different points in the game, for like 10 or 15 times. And even if they're only going to succeed 2 or 3 times, I really would have taken it just to have the bigger chance rather than just passing in and around the box and chucking a random cross or two. Because if you look at the chances, they had one Luke Shaw header, which Vicario made a decent save. It's one you'd expect him to make, but it was a decent save. Outside of that, they had nothing. I mean, Tottenham Hotspur knew this, and so they had 3 big center backs with Danto, Romero, and VDV playing there. But it's really just sort of an embarrassing display from Manchester United to be playing in a Europa League final with such massive stakes, and you're resorting to 30-yard shots out from center backs. You're resorting to just kicking the ball from like 40 yards out into the box, hoping for a Maguire miracle like he'd been able to produce in some of their more recent Europa League games. And I mean, that didn't happen. And they really didn't change anything. They didn't do anything to try and make it happen into the game and create really big chances. And so I think in this way, it sort of felt almost more like Manchester United's loss than Tottenham really forcing a victory from them. Now, I mean, again, Tottenham did play a great game. They held strongly defensively, and they put up enough pressure to score a goal. So at the end of the day, it is a big props to Tottenham. They did win the game. Manchester United obviously did not. But I really was just disappointed with how United had ended up playing the game. Now, moving forward from the game, Manchester United, I don't even really know what to think. I mean, I guess you have to go and know that you have one of the biggest fan bases across the world and just trust that Emre is a good player. You have the future talent. Trust that you're going to be able to develop players who are going to carry you guys into future success. But for now, I really don't think there's anything you can do. We've seen that it's just such a deep-rooted problem at the club. It's going to take either a really long time or a miracle from some amazing player or manager to come in and change anything for you guys in the long run. And I mean, look, if you're Tottenham Hotspur, Ange Postecoglou promised the trophy in his second season. He delivered. And so at the end of the day, congratulations to you guys for that. Insanely cold quote from Postecoglou. Mate ball will probably continue on in Tottenham next season. And I mean, although it wasn't like some incredibly tactical final, it really was intense. And I thought it was really enjoyable to watch. And so if you guys have any opinions about the game, I'd love to hear them. Let me know. So subscribe for more content like this, and see you later.